Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can see my screen already. The next presentation is about Legoland and is brought to you by Group 4. We are Claire, Yanan, Rita, Ricardo, and myself. So we had 3 tasks as well. The first was common with every other group, and it would be my task to present it. And the second and third task were specific to our group. And specifically, the second is about the customer journey in Legoland, and is going to be presented by Rita and Ricardo. And the third task is the particular IP rights based on the 7P marketing mix for Legoland, and is going to be presented by Yanan and Claire. So the previous groups already did a great job presenting to us the particular circumstances that led to the changes on the strategy of Lego in 2003 and onwards. If I just try to summarize, I would say that in 2003, a traditional company with many decades already behind her, like Lego, was in a crossroad. So digitalization was coming. Their customer base was unknown, was actually completely different than before, and they didn't know what kind of customer base they had anymore, and whether their products had a good enough reaching to their customers also was not clear. So they had to do something about it, and the leadership, the senior management of Lego followed or joined the good example of many other visionaries in different industry and looked to their customers to ensure business continuity. So the new Lego business strategy started from the realization that we are in a critical situation and we cannot claim that we have a strategy at this point. We must have first, and we have to have an action plan. We have to start to understand where we are today, what went wrong, and then define a more substantive strategy. And this message has been clearly communicated to all levels of the organization. And the senior management decided to refocus financially and organizationally to core products and with around well-defined customer groups, and be very careful when it comes to adjust and expansion, which was quite extensive at this point, because they realized that an adjust and expansion is a huge organizational and cultural change for the company. It has to be done in a very conservative way. In addition, they have to understand now, now being 2003, which are their customers. So they realize immediately that a retailer is their first customer and not the kid. The kid remains a customer, but also adults that used to be customers, they used to be kids before, now continue to be customers, and they have a particular perception on how the product should look like. And in order to gather all these viewpoints, they engage in a project called Mindstorm in order to get feedback from their customers regarding future product development. And based on that feedback, they tried to deliver a customer experience in order to maximize their premiums and rationalizing their costs at the same time. So they look at their logistics, so their supply chains, what they produce and when, and how fast they deliver these products to the shelves. They realize what is important for their clients is to deliver great stories. So therefore, they had to work again with the mold, as has been explained before, in order to make it flexible enough to be reconfigured and create great stories, but also to collaborate with other companies and, for example, in the movie industry, in order to bring these great stories into their product. And of course, to also create premiums by introducing limited series. So the IP strategy in support of the business strategy was to change from having an IP strategy protecting plastic bricks to deliver a complete customer experience through IP. The brand has to be, of course, communicated and fulfilled, but now the brand is actually a business system. It's not just a promise. And for that, as you know already, they adopted the 7P marketing concept in order to analyze customer interactions and make them exclusive through IP. So now my colleagues will continue with the customer journey.
So hello, it's me and Rita. And before we start our customer journey, we want to describe a bit the use case that you get the context to the customer journey, where we says, okay, we have a family. The family wants to visit the park for one day and wants to be entertained and physically active, get food and time to rest in the park. That's the situation. As personas, we have a dad, which is an IT professional and tech fan. We have a mom, who is 36, who is kindergarten teacher and into children's creativity and educational toys. And very important is the end user of the product, which is Sammy, 7-year-old boy, and is a Lego fan, surprisingly. Here we have our brand journey, customer journey, where you can see on one hand, we have a brand, we have the customer journey, which is the gray line, and we have the brand journey. And now we will then speak about how the kid, how Sammy experience his journey and what are the steps to go through, and then Rita will comment, will take over. So on the first there's a new Lego Ninjago package as a present to the birthday of the boy, for example. On the box, Sammy sees there's advertisement. Okay, next one, please. Then the second is the promotion code. The parents, they can check the website, they see different price options for a weekend, and they get informed. And they see the brands, they see offerings, and that's engaging and it's interesting. Let's continue. Then they finally go to that park. They book their thing. So they can see there's a long queue at the reception. There are huge screens where products are advertised and flyers, and they can download the Legoland app. Where's the digital touch point as well. Finally, they are in that park, and there they can settle into the hotel. They can play in the playhouse. They first shop for the souvenirs, and then they have the Sammy gets a Ninjago baseball cap, which is a clothing and not anymore a toy. In the tour in the Legoland, there's the Ninjago land, which is a part of it, mini Germany, and building in the atelier. Sammy and Dad, they can make their own minifigures, as you saw in the beginning. They go into the canteen and they see a lot of Lego, they see a lot of products, and they can interact with their products. And Sammy is all happy about this. It's a memory he may take for his lifetimes. And the parents are glad with the quality of the food and consider this is very healthy and a good thing.
The tour continues, and at this point, Sammy starts to program a Lego robot, which is very important for Dad, who is a programmer. He is into technical things, and he really thinks that computer programming is a native knowledge, actually, which Sammy should acquire just like a language. And then they have a good coffee with Mom, and at the same time, Sammy is still playing. So it's a very good impression on all members of the family. Then they go to the playhouse, and Sammy gets to know the new Lego 3-in-1 Creator toys, which are very interesting toys because it gives more room for innovation and creativity, which is very important for Mom as persona for the development of her child. And actually, they really enjoy that they have many ways to assemble the same Lego kit. And then in the evening, they go to the Ninja show, and Sammy has lots of fun. And after that, they go to another restaurant, the Pirate Restaurant, which is a more luxury brand within the Legoland, and they have a wonderful dinner. Then this is the end, and basically of their stay in Legoland, and it ends with a shopping exercise. Obviously, it's very necessary. So shops and physical physical environment is very important of Legoland, and you always have the possibility to shop for something. They buy the first creator Lego set. Sammy is very happy with that, and mom and dad also, because they think it's very important for the development of their kids. And on the way home in the car, they talk about programming the Lego robot, how fun it was, how good it was to use it with the apps and do the Scratch programming. And actually they are very happy because they have a coupon which is valid for 1 year. And although this Lego robot is going to be an expensive cost for the family, they have this coupon, so it is a bit of a promotion for them. And they decide that, and this is actually the decision of the family, that this is going to be the birthday present of Sammy. And the next, please. And the birthday is approaching, and they have even a reminder. So from Legoland, they will get a postcard which says happy birthday to Sammy and reminds them to use this possibility. So again, we have a reminder to the customer. So if we go through this journey and look into it, then I think it's very important to look back at the beginning, what the Lego CEO said, that they will be looking for more engagements, both to the kids and the family. So it's very important, and this is the essence of creating such customer journey, to understand who the customer is and to extend the concept of customer if it's necessary. And Lego did this with a great success. So what we see here is basically Legoland is a physical interaction with products and services, foods. But actually what they create is that they create through the physical interactions and good memories an overall good concept of the brand, of all the members of the family. And basically it's a very important thing for the long-term sustainability of a company. And basically this is the value which IP should protect, because this is what is meaningful to the customer. This is how they can create revenues and how they can sustain themselves. So we shouldn't forget that Lego is a 75-year-old company. So in order to be sustainable and to maintain their success, they constantly have to follow up their customers, and throughout the physical interactions, they create memories and they collect also data. And this way they can enhance the strength of their brand, and they can keep their good reputation. And my colleague, Claire, will show you how in the 7P.
Sorry. So now we go to the 7P marketing mix specific for Legoland. So as Rita and Ricardo showed you, the product is a family visit in the amusement park with facilities to buy a Lego product and supported by a Legoland app. The place, the point of sale for this is either internet, the direct sale on site, and also through the Legoland app. The price strategy, I think the park entry is the loss leader. The price is not too high, it's lower than Disney, for example, to encourage people to come. And then you have accommodations and food, which can be expensive, and toys and goodies with a wide price range to so that all kind of family, the less rich and the rich ones, can afford to bring back some souvenir. The promotion is done, as we've seen, through different channels. There is advertisements for the park and packagings of the actual Lego bricks. There are special offers on the website, special weekend promotion and so on, and also flyers that are distributed at the park entry to say this shop or that restaurant is giving a promotion today. The people in the Legoland Park is also very important. They have to be proud to be Lego. So Lego has to build a company culture based on the education by playing. The process in the park is rather standard for an entertainment park. It's connecting activities. You can play, you can go to rides and shop and eat and so on. So it's always interconnected. And there is always a place nearby to buy an additional service or an additional souvenir. As for the physical environment of the Legoland, everything is shaped Lego, everything is shaped Ninjago in the Ninjagoland and so on. You have thematic hotels, shops and restaurants so that you think only Lego when you're there. So now I hand over to Yanan, who will show you how Hype fits with this 7P flower.
Thanks, Claire. In the view of 7P marketing mix, the main IP involved here in Lego Park are trademark, copyright, brand, and designs. First and the most important is the main related IP are the trademark Legoland and Lego. In terms of detail, so in the process part, the Ninjago trademark is there, and the Ninjago shows that kids enjoys have been copyrighted. Ninjago trademark also lie on the souvenirs that the kids buy. And the furnitures in the park have also been specially designed by Lego, as showed in this slide bottom left. This kind of benches and chairs, tables can be found everywhere in the Lego Park. The shape of the furniture blends in well with the other equipments in the park, and the visitor do not feel out of the place. In the price section, we could find sub-brands of Lego, such as video creator, friends, Duplo. Here, the different bricks ranges in Lego have different target customers who have different consuming power. For example, in Creator, there are Create 3-1 and Create Expect. The latter is priced higher and his target customer is older. The rest of the items under promotion and people are mostly copyrighted, such as Lego Foundation, trainer facilitators. In this part, Lego has also designed special training for their staff to assist the kids in having a safe and exciting experience in the park. This well-designed training process are also copyrighted. From the layout of this IP show, we could tell that Lego is committed to creating a unique environment where kids have a unique journey, and they take their IP strategy very serious and make it possible to protect all of the Lego inventions comprehensively from all of these 7 aspects. All of this ultimately lead to their commercial success, we thought. Please, next slide. After our Lego tour guide, do you get the interest to drive to Lego and have a nice day? Thank you for attention.
And if I may interrupt here, just a wrap up of this whole story, which is just amazing, that how important is this love, this emotional connection between the company brand, how it's protected still now by trademarks and designs and well-prepared marketing and sales strategy, and how wonderful tool it is when a brand is totally engaging to more generations and any member of the family, because basically this is like something which will last for even more than 75 years, like 100. So if we look at like Procter & Gamble, 185 years old company, and still in front of innovations, by innovation. So they really understand that the customer is the boss, and customer is not just dad or mom or kid or retailer or reseller, but everybody. And how meaningful it is that I told my kids that we are talking about Lego. So they left the room because it has a meaningful importance for them. It's something super important if mama talks about Lego. So my son built this, and I promised him to show it to you, that this is a big space shuttle, and it's very meaningful. So thank you very much for your attention.